What is up, people? Wow, bad lighting. Let's turn this around. How y'all doing? So, it's been a long time since I chatted with you guys. Maybe I should have done this whole prepare and make sure I look good before the video, but it's mostly just lighting. It's very bad lighting up in this piece. So I wanted to go live, just chat about keto. Mostly because somebody's calling me right now. He always calls me right now when I can't talk. Go away. Okay. I see so many people attempting keto and failing or quitting or giving up, and I see other really successful keto people, and I wanted to talk about the one thing they all have in common. Holy moly, anybody want to get a tripod for the meeting? I realize that some people are not going to be able to jump on right now because this is the middle of the day and my life is different than everybody else's, and this is when I'm off. I also want to begin this whole thing once I can find somewhere to put my freaking phone. With a shout out to my mummy. For most people, it is, next time I promise to do this before I go live. For most people, it is Valentine's Day, but for me, it is my mommy's birthday. So everybody say happy birthday to Miss Susie. She has turned 24 today. So anyway, let's talk keto. At the same time, I have to drink because our 30-minute window. I first want to preface this by saying that when I first heard of keto, which is putting your body into ketosis, meaning burning fat instead of carbs and for energy. I totally was like, hell no. And the reason why I was totally like, hell no, is because I'm a veterinary technician and diabetic ketosis is terrifying. So before I studied nutrition with ACE, my company that I'm certified through, and before I actually really researched it, anybody that came to me that was a client of mine, I freaked out about it. Like, no, do not keto. No, you're gonna die. That's really how I felt. So after I freaked out on a client and friend about it, I reached out to a friend of mine. His name is Jake Teetsler. You can look him up here on Facebook, or you may even know him if you're from Nashville or Bellevue. But he's, a little more educated than me in terms of fitness and nutrition. He has a bachelor's degree and maybe even a master's degree. I don't even know. And he's also been at this a lot longer than me. So I reached out to him, talked to him, and he was like, girl, you got some things confused. It is not the same as diabetic ketosis. So once I talked to him, I realized that danger zone is not quite there, although it still is dangerous for many, many populations and people. So, okay, to be honest, I don't know a lot about keto. What I do know is from studying it with fitness nutrition, and even with that certification, they said for some people and some populations, it is safe and very, very effective. Basically, what it is you eat high fat. Okay, so let's say you're allotted 2,000 calories a day. Let's just base it on that. It's eating a high percentage of that is fat, a moderate percentage of that is protein, and a very, very low percentage of that is carbohydrates. So a lot of people say that when their body is in ketosis, they're thinking clearer, they aren't having squirrel ADD moments, they're burning fat, their energy is high, and all of that is great. Pause. But with my certification and what I studied, it says that long term, your body should not be in ketosis. From what I'm reading with, or not reading, but hearing others, because I don't know shit about it. So if there's anybody on here doing the 131 method with Chalene Johnson, feel free to chime in and correct me if I'm wrong. But from what I'm hearing Chalene Johnson say, ketosis is amazing, but not long term, from what I understand. I could be wrong on that too. And if anybody else knows more about the ins and outs of keto, chime in. But here's where I'm having an issue with all this keto craze. First off, I'm seeing people try keto without researching what it is and automatically assuming that they need to eat high protein and low carb. That's Atkins. That's paleo. Well, it's not really paleo. Can be paleo. You know, that ain't it. It's high fat. That's number one. Number two, I see a lot of people telling people how to eat in a ketosis, put their body into ketosis that have no fucking idea what they're talking about. And that one is really what gets me. Is like, you're not seeing me tell you how to eat in ketosis right now. I don't know much about it. And there are people, there are people like my friend Annie, I don't think she'll care if I say her name, that has health issues that she should never attempt to put her body in ketosis. Like, her doctor never wants her there, ever. There are people, I'm reading or hearing people say that doctors think it's great for diabetics. But even then, if you have some kind of something going on with your life like that, then you need to be running this by your doctor. You don't need to listen to Mary on Facebook that told you she dropped 50 pounds because she went keto. That is really my biggest pet peeve, because it can be dangerous for some populations. That's the number one. You need to make sure that it is safe for you. Pause, I have 30 minutes to drink this. My other one. I don't know, I guess this is kind of a pet peeve, but it's really more me trying to educate you a little bit. And I'm going to use me as an example. If you are, well, first, before using me as an example, if you're a person that has never attempted to clean up your nutrition, like you've never once in your life attempted to cut out sweets, or, you know, you already don't cook, you know, all you do is eat out or microwave meals, or you already kind of eat on the fly and don't meal plan and meal prep at all, then you should not start with keto. And the reason why is because it's not easy. You're going to have to do math. Especially if you're going at this alone and you don't have a coach or a trainer or a nutritionist that's helping guide you with what to eat. You know, that's one, you're going to have to do math and figure out what % of your daily caloric intake is fat, protein, and carbs. That's number one. Number two, so that's hard if you've been eating on the fly for your whole life. Number two, you're going to have to meal prep. If you're going to do keto in a way that I would advise, you're not going to eat just crappy fat. You know, you're not just going to go eat McDonald's burgers with no buns, and you know, you're going to clean it up. You're going to do a healthy version of keto. So if you've never tried to clean up your nutrition at all, when you're trying to eat something as strict as keto, depending on what you think strict is too. I mean, honestly, I'm a fat loving girl. I'm not a carb loving girl, I'm a fat loving girl. So you would think that keto would work for me. But for some people, they don't feel restricted. But still, if you've never attempted, then keto is not what you need to start with, because you're going to get overwhelmed. You're going to freak out and throw your hands up and say, I give up. So the people that I see that are successful, I'm gonna use, God, why can't I think, Thomas? I'm gonna use my friend Thomas Hall as an example, because I see he's dropped 90 pounds with ketosis. He's also, sorry, that's rude. He's also, I think just now, I don't know if it was, Thomas, if you're here, if anybody knows Thomas Hall, please correct me, but I think he got a lap band. He got some kind of surgery, and don't nobody go on about that being an easy way, because it ain't. He dropped weight before he even did it. But knowing him on Facebook anyway, we're Facebook friends, and knowing that he's lost weight before, knowing that he's worked on nutrition before, knowing that he knows about meal prepping and cooking and making this a lifestyle, keto's working for him amazingly. He's in love with it. High five to you. I support you doing it. I do not feel like that's awful. He's extremely knowledgeable. He did his research and he dug in. So you got to be ready. So if you've never attempted to clean up your nutrition, don't try keto. Don't. It's the same as like, okay, let me try to do paleo, and then you're overwhelmed because paleo is a very, very clean nutrition way of eating. Like, it's strict, it's restricted, and it causes you, I'm not against paleo. I'm actually pro paleo. But if you've never attempted any of this stuff, you just give up because it's hard. I'm just going to be real. It's hard. So the next thing I was going to say about keto is that, hold on, I lost my train of thought because I got distracted. There was one more. Oh, so if you see these people jumping on this keto train and you're seeing these great results and everything, what I advise you to do before you even attempt to try something like keto is to research. And I mean, when I say research, I don't mean post on Facebook, has anybody done keto? Okay, that's not going to cut it. You need to not even just consult with Dr. Nutritionist Google, because I'm gonna tell you from a veterinary standpoint, Dr. Google didn't go to school. So you need to really talk to someone that is a nutritionist about it. You need to make sure that you don't have health issues that you're unaware of. If you're extremely overweight and you've never been to a doctor, you may be pre-diabetic. You may be hypothyroid. You may have issues like, okay, so like one reason why keto can never be done for me is because I have heart disease. I can't eat a high-fat diet like that. I would kill myself if I did that long term. So you need to make sure you have no underlying issues before you attempt to do something like that, especially if it's going to be long term. And then I'm going to preach this from the rooftops, the mountaintops, the highest Batman building in the world. If it is a way of eating that you are not going to be able to continue to eat for life, okay, then don't attempt it. The reason being is because let's say you're high protein, low carb, and you lose 100 pounds, right? The minute you eat a carb, you blow up. If you are high fat, low carb, and you lose 100 pounds, the minute you eat a carb, you blow up. You have to have a way of eating. You have to think of it as not a diet. It's having a diet. The reason why, okay, I'm going to use me as an example. I went vegan, right? I am no longer vegan. I'm vegetarian. And the reason why is because restricting that much is not a way I can eat for life. I don't want to eat animals. I don't want to eat meat. But at the same time, I want to go to my boyfriend's grandmother's without hurting her feelings when she eats broccoli casserole and has no idea that cheese came from an animal. You know what I mean? Like, for me, it was too restrictive. Keto is extremely restrictive. So, with that said, I just don't want people to follow the advice of random Facebook people. I want you to do your research. Also, there's a particular Facebook friend, I'm going to sit here and call you out, of course. This is actually to help you and help others that are in your situation. Anytime you're trying something and you're on day 2, don't give up because it's hard. I don't care if it's keto, I don't care if it's paleo, I don't care if it's working out, I don't care if it's quitting smoking, I don't care what it is. It's going to be hard on day 2. It's not your lifestyle. You have to create a new lifestyle and a new habit, and that is never easy. Guys, it's never easy. So don't give up. You're going to fuck up. You're going to eat a freaking potato chip when you shouldn't. You're going to eat a piece of pie. And what? This is life. We're human. So I don't know if you people are asking me any questions. I don't know if you're saying anything. It bothers me. I don't know why that is lately. I wonder if I've got a setting or something going on. So, I mean, I see people are here, but if you're asking me questions or saying anything, I'm not reading them, and that is why I'm not responding. But again, you might want to watch this from the beginning to see what I'm saying. I'm not anti-keto. I just don't think keto is for everybody. I'm going to use me as an example. I actually have been put on a keto diet. I have to be a little careful with this one. Without me really realizing it. And so, as you guys know, last year, okay. If you don't know my history, I'm sorry, hit me up, but I struggle with binge eating disorder. I've been diagnosed with binge eating disorder. Last year, I kicked that in the bud, but I decided to hire a vegan coach. I quickly realized, following their meal plan, that they had cut out all carbs besides fruits and vegetables. And I quickly noticed moody, exhaustion, and extreme urges to stuff my face. And immediately my binge eating cycle was back on because keto is too restrictive for me. So, that's all I have to say about that. Unless y'all have questions. Let me see. Oh, Mike said something. What up, buddy? Say happy birthday to my mommy. Hi, you had me at keto. What's up, Kim? Kim, I don't know if you're still here, and I don't know if you can. Hi, Mike. I don't know if you guys can see what other people are saying, but Kim is doing keto. I don't know if you watched me from the beginning talking, but Kim, I do have one more thing to say, and I don't think you're doing this. This one's a pet peeve. Drink. I have to be careful with this one too, because I really don't want to offend people. But y'all, on the real, do not go buy some little drink that says drink these ketones and you will lose weight, and then go eat pizza and hot dogs and french fries and potato chips all day. The hell? That right there blows my mind. That is like me saying, drink Shakeology and you will lose 100 pounds in a year, no matter what you eat and whether or not you work out and whether or not you go to the doctor or go to a nutritionist, and you can eat all. No. That one is the biggest for me. Do you know why I drink Shakeology? Because it tastes really good, and because it replaces some of the meals that I could go spend eating out, because it's delicious and healthy, not because it helps me lose weight. Y'all been watching me drink this shit for 4 years, and you've seen me gain weight and lose weight, and I've been drinking this the whole time. No, nothing you put in your body is going to make you lose fucking weight. It's all about calories in versus calories out, period. I don't care if you're keto, I don't care if you're eating freaking frosted mini wheats and that's it. I don't care what you're doing, okay? Okay, that's number one. Just drinking a liquid that says it's liquid ketones, like I'm gonna be honest, I am somewhat ignorant about it. So if you're a keto seller, you can like post, you could be like, hey, here's the ingredients and you know, whatever. Okay, but I don't give a shit. I don't care what is in it. Shakeology is not gonna make me skinny. Shakeology is not going to make me fit. Shakeology is not going to make me, you know, any of that stuff. It's not. And neither is drinking liquid ketones and still eating whatever the hell you want to drink. I mean, eat. That one makes me want to slam my head into a wall. And with that said, and while we're talking about it, that's anything. Anything supplement that these people try to push into your head, I am not anti-supplements, obviously. I love my bee juice and I love to drink Shakeology, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you, because I want to make money off of it, that this is going to make you skinny. I will tell you what it does do. I will tell you how it does aid you. But do you ever see me, besides the fact that I'm doing this because I'm supposed to drink it in 30 minutes, post it or talk about it even hardly at all? No. This is not going to make you skinny. Ketones are not going to make you skinny when you put them in your mouth. That is all. I can say about that. Because that makes me want to, oh God, it's like, oh my God, I can't stand it. And what really makes me sad is when people I know or clients of mine that I've educated about this shit are out there with their keto, and I know she's gonna see this. I hope she sees this. Out there going, drink the ketones, and I'm getting skinny, and I've lost 10 pounds, and oh my God, I had lasagna and hot dogs today. No, man, it ain't just about being skinny. It's about health. It's about being healthy. That shit pisses me off. Exactly. And if you're reading, so Sherry, who I still say Cherie in my head, she says you can't drink ketones to go into ketosis. It's chemicals. It's not the same. Research it. She is more educated than I am. She probably can tell you so much more about ketones and ketosis. The bitch got degrees and shit. She knows what she's talking about. So hit her up. I'm sorry, I cuss. I can't help it. It's extremely... Even as someone who reps a company, okay, and this is another one that I'm going to preach on and then I'm out. I have so much to do. Let's say you have a budget of $100 a week for groceries, right? Or, you know, whatever. I would rather you buy healthful foods than buy Shakeology. I would rather you stop eating fast food so that you can buy more nutritious foods at the grocery store than buy Shakeology. I would rather you quit smoking. I would rather you start exercising. I would rather you do anything that's gonna help your health if you are in a financial strap than to spend money on a supplement, ever. And so I don't know how much the liquid ketones that people sell are. I have no idea. But to me, if you're struggling with buying groceries and healthy, because healthier food until you learn is more expensive usually, but it's really not. Once you learn to stop buying the crap and how to budget it and all that stuff, you kind of end up saving, or at least I have. Once you learn how to do that, and save that money and maybe you get a side job, then you can buy some kind of supplement, you know. But until then, that's why when people tell me I can't afford Shakeology, I don't ever say, well, you need to put your house on mortgage. No, go buy healthier foods then. That's what I think you should do. Okay. That's all I have to say. There's a lot of people that just jumped in. So you may want to start over about, you know, and watch from the beginning. And if you're still here, everybody, on the count of 3, we're going to sing happy birthday to my mama. You ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Susie. Happy birthday to you. Peace.